Good afternoon, Dr. Steve Edling, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the connection between vitamin D, low vitamin D, and Hashimoto's autoimmunity, and generally all autoimmunity, because what I'll see in probably at least 90% of my patients that come in with Hashimoto's is they have insufficient levels of vitamin D. So typically if you go in, or if you haven't had, or let's say if you've had your vitamin D check, the ranges are uh, like 30. If you're at 30, your doctor's, oh, it's great, that's awesome. It's not. We need to get that up. Anything under 30 is very, very insufficient. All right, and and we're going to go into a little bit in just a little bit here about what can cause insufficient vitamin D. But just to give you an idea, how I look at levels are 30 is absolutely minimum. All right, that is like we need to get people up to like 60. We're going 40 to 60 for sure. The rule of thumb is never under 50 with autoimmunity. I like it more 60 to 80, and closer to 80 is where I want my patients to be. Everybody comes in insufficient that I've seen. Literally like 9 out of 10 are insufficient. We start them out at 10,000 international units. And every dose can vary because everybody's different. Everybody's autoimmunity is different. So one of the things we have to do is we have to recheck. So we need to get a baseline of where you are right now with your vitamin D, and then 30 to 60 days, let's recheck it. All right, we may have to go down a little bit, we may have to up it a little bit. It just depends. So what can cause what can cause different mechanisms that can impact your vitamin D? One is people coming with infections. You can have a bacterial infection, mold infection, chronic viral infections. Those cause cytokine responses. All right, that's your immune system kicking in, creating inflammation that down regulates your vitamin D receptor, and then you get impaired vitamin D metabolism. So we have to rule out infection as one of the reasons why you're having low vitamin D. Another one could be what? Autoimmune response. Again, it causes cytokine responses. You can have gallbladder dysfunction. So many of the gals that come in don't have gallbladders or have gallbladder dysfunction. That decreases your biorelease. When you have good biorelease, guess what? You're not going to absorb your vitamin D. It's going to create malabsorption. You can have intestinal inflammation. We see that with like celiac disease or chronic leaky gut syndromes, where you have intestinal inflammation. You have the microvilli, the little things like the little villi like this. They get like this. Instead of shaggy carpet, they get like this, and you lose that. And that creates what? Vitamin D malabsorption, and other vitamin like A, D, E, and K for sure. You'll have malabsorption there too. Weight gain. So if you have too much weight gain and you get this obesity going on, that can impair the utilization of vitamin D from sunlight. So you need to get that weight off and keep healthy. And again, lack of exposure to sunlight. So we all know you got to go get some sunlight for sure, but don't forget about infections, other autoimmune responses, gallbladder dysfunction, intestinal inflammation, and weight gain. So that's a little bit about different mechanisms that can impact your vitamin D metabolism. Be sure to like this if you like it, and subscribe so we can keep you notified of further videos.